Welcome back, friends. It's Megan from A Seasonal Abode. This week in the garden, we are going to be hardening off some cool hardy annuals, getting them planted out, and direct seeding some cut flowers as well as some vegetables. Okay, so I just seeded some red volant non-GMO kale, and then some improved Siberian kale, some ruby queen beets, some French breakfast radish seeds, and some touch on non-GMO carrot seeds. Now these vegetable seeds, I've been super happy with. They are Canadian, and I purchased them from Rainbow Seeds, which is in New Brunswick. Now the last two things that I'm going to direct seed before dark is some fernleaf dill. I'm going to direct seed that, just surface seed it in my herb garden bed. And then I'm going to be seeding, some bachelor buttons as well. Oh, I have some exciting news. So we have finally figured out what we want to do, and centered here behind the bird bath. Instead of building a garden shed or anything like that, I decided I want to have more garden beds because I always seem to be running out of space to grow things. So that is the plan. I almost forgot, I have a little surprise to show you. I picked up 30 little chicks the other day. We hope to raise these in the grass and use them as meat birds. So welcome back, friends. Today we are going to be planting out all our cool hardy annuals. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I have out here that it's been hardening off for quite some time, and then we are going to get these planted. So first off, we have 12 of the apricot strawflower, and then 8 of the purple strawflowers. And then on this tray here, I have some of the formula status from Johnny's. I have 32 of them. And then I have these ones back here are the pink poker status. They're very interesting. I've never grown them before. They do seem to have these grassy things that were sewn in with them. I'm just going to pull those out as I plant them. Then on this tray here, I have some of the white dianthus as well as some of the Amazon. This stuff isn't looking super great. I'm going to plant it deep, and I think it will be much happier once it's planted out. Then below here we have some salmon rose scabiosa, as well as some fata morgana scabiosa. Over here I have some of the single feverfew, and at the back some of the fama scabiosa. Then over here some tetra white feverfew. And then on the bottom I have some, looks like I have 20 bicolor dianthus sweet William. And I have, this says, let me see. I have some Chinese forget-me-nots, which I didn't realize I still had on here. I think this was just my odds and end tray. So it looks like it's a little bit more of the dianthus. And then on this last tray here, I have some blue status. I have 16 of these. And then some more of the formula status. So I'm going to be using status as my filler this summer. So let's get to planting. I'm walking over to the kitchen garden, and look what we have here. We have our first daffodils blooming that we planted last fall. So here are our newest ducklings. These are some Indian runner, purebred Indian runner ducklings that we hatched ourselves. And I love to have Indian runner ducks in the garden. They are super great for snails, ticks, all those sorts of things. These guys are pretty tame. They love to have baths. They live in our garage currently. It's a little bit too cold for them, but they grow quickly. So the darker duckling here's name is Delilah, the demanding duck, but we do not have a name for this speckled duck here. If you have any name suggestions, please leave them in the comment below. We'd love to hear what you come up with. So before I end this video, I'm going to take you into my kitchen garden and show you what I all have planted. I didn't get some footage of me planting the snapdragons. I have a ton of those planted. So I'm going to do that now. Next week, I hope to share an April garden tour. And then in the coming weeks, I'm going to be working on a makeover on my north-facing garden. So be sure to check that out. Okay, so I'm not going to try and make this a very long video. Here in our first bed here, we have a whole bunch of Italian ranunculus. I have now taken off the frost cover. They are doing great. Over here we have the ranunculus that I planted out when they only had roots, no sprouts at all, and they are also doing very well. These two beds here are empty. The third one over there was the one that I direct seeded in the video with you. This one is also empty. Here are some lavender plants that I'm going to make a hedge with that I need to move. Over here we have planted our scabiosa, so the Fata Morgana and the salmon rose scabiosa in that bed there. Then over here I have some feverfew that overwintered, some bachelor buttons, some feverfew, some Chinese forget-me-nots, and I direct seeded the coneflower or the bachelor button over here. Then moving on to these beds back here. In this bed I have a bunch of the Sweet William, dianthus, the Amazon, the white, and the bicolor. Then in this back bed here, I have a bunch of the snapdragons. So I have the Potomac lavender, Potomac royal, and then the Potomac white. And some more snapdragons, some more of the Potomac, as well as the Madame butterfly, the Madame bronze butterfly in this bed. Then over here, I planted out the status. So we have the pink poker status, the blue status, as well as the Johnny's formula mix status, and some more feverfew. So that's the Virgo and the regular feverfew planted in there. Then over here I have direct seeded every 2 weeks some lettuce. So I have red leaf, green leaf, I have some arugula seeded in here. And then on the end here we have some extra status, and yeah, some extra status. And then in the back bed here, I have a bunch of leek. I think I have about 100 leek. It's the Musselburgh leek, as well as some Patterson onions. They don't really look like much this time of year, but they are going to grow big and beautiful. So thanks so much for stopping by the garden, friends, and I hope to see you, Lord willing, next week.